I know you know how I feel. And you know Instagram, at least mine, is delayed as a mother lover. I said, can we get RTP for our internet service? So I can see y'all comment in real time. It seems like it takes y'all, not you, but just the whole systems, you know. I feel like Telly Riley right now. Hey, how y'all doing? Okay, so I'm live on YouTube. Nobody be here on YouTube live. Not when I do live. That's okay though. So I got you, Jessica. So let me put my sausage and my eggs down. Whew. Y'all going to, I know I'm looking rough. I just threw this on real quick. Because I don't have to go to an office. Anyway. Good morning. Welcome to the morning chat where I tell you what's on my mind in the morning time. I hope y'all had a wonderful night's sleep. I hope you had a wonderful night's sleep. Yesterday was great. I hope that for you all every single day of your lives. Okay. Even though I know it's not always great every day. Excuse the mukbang. Auntie made her some cheese, eggs, and sausage so she can have something like a real breakfast instead of eating them daggone apple turnovers at Lidl's. Addictive. Can we say addictive? Okay, them things are so good. I almost went and got some more yesterday. And I say, no, carb. Okay. You can't be eating sugar and butter and carbs as soon as you get up. Have some good old protein. I'm hoping I'll be full longer, and that it'll process slower, and maybe some of this fat get burnt throughout the day. And child, let me just mention, it's been a little chill. It's not been cold, but it's been a little chill in the air, a little longer than I expect for Georgia, for it to be May. Happy May 2nd to y'all. Happy Taurus season if you're a Taurus. Okay, this is the day the Lord has made. I'll be happy and rejoicing. Okay. What happened to that? I guess Cardi B don't do that no more. But I used to love it when she used to do that because, it's Cardi B and she's very personable. I'm setting the atmosphere, burning my candles, remix candles. As soon as I get me some time and pay my rent and all this stuff, I can develop my candles more. So I believe the children are our future. Also, it's chilly there in South Carolina too. It's just unusually chilly for May. Usually, I'm in here in a tank top. I don't even have my air on. Matter of fact, I have my little heater on because it was a little chilly this morning. I understand the mornings being a little chill, but drag on, drag on. Let me say. So, where's my notebook? Oh, let's get into the morning announcements. My loves, my people. I know y'all see, leave my pillow alone. Sometimes I'll be falling asleep on my couch, okay? YouTube gets to see that. Y'all don't get to see it. Y'all just seeing all of this. Unless you do. I don't know. But anyway, so the morning announcements again. The bedtime stories on episode 12 is available on YouTube according to Akara-Podcast - bedtime stories. Go there. I made my version of an old fashioned with tequila. It's not a Mexican old fashioned because there's some other ingredients that I did not have to make a Mexican old fashioned. Oh, ooh, daggone. Lies, lies, lies. That's not what I did. That is not what I did. That wasn't the cocktail. That was the cocktail I did. Old fashioned with tequila is for chapter 13, which I already recorded. Child, I'm telling my secrets. Oh well, authenticity. I be messing up. Um, what was the drink? Whiskey sour? It was a whiskey sour. I think it was a whiskey sour. Child, go to according to Akara Bedtime Stories and find out what it is. I can't remember what it is right now. I done mix so many different cocktails. I'm trying. I start being. I'm at this point. I'm just making up my own cocktail. Oh, I know what it was. A Kentucky Mule. That's what I made. Not my way, of course. I always put my own little swing on it. Kentucky Mule is basically just whiskey and ginger beer. And I added some simple syrup to make it a little more sweet. Sweet. Anyway, um, so that also single and satisfied on Sunday at 7:30 p.m. I'd like to see you there. I really like. I'm thinking the topic will be men versus single women. When I say that, my show has been a lot of women talking about them being single, why they think that they're single. I'd like to hear from the men. This time, I'm going to actually seek out some men to tell us about. I mean, I'm going to put the pressure on my brother because he's married, happily married. You better be happily married. Do not make me come up there in DC and counsel you all. Y'all got to stay together. If I can't get a man, y'all got to keep y'all's. Okay? If I can't, if I'm not going to be, I'm fighting for everybody's marriage. Okay? Because unless, of course, one, you got married for the wrong reason. Two, one of you are being abusive. Okay? I would never tell a woman or a man to stay in an abusive relationship. Ever. You can turn toxic. I think it will be hard. Both of you would have to work on it, but you can turn around a toxic relationship. You know, first of all, knowing is half the battle. Captain Planet told us that. You know, because some people are in toxic situations and don't even know because, as far as they're concerned, that's the way a relationship's supposed to be. So that's just I'm thinking of that possibly like why men are single versus why women are single. Are they single by choice? Are they single? I'm gonna do a little research to see if how many men are single and how many women are single in the US. I don't care about the world right now. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I like learning stuff, but I don't really like researching and reading long college words. Even though I went to college and I did graduate with an associate's degree, but some things is just boring. No one wants to read a textbook. Okay. I want it short and to the point, even though I'm not short and to the point. You know what I'm saying? I'd be dancing around the mulberry bush. I believe it. But why? Or more women? Is it just more women that's born? Is there I mean, because these men are I was say they are marrying women, and I'm forgetting the day and time and where I live. Okay, because they could be married to a man, and I don't have nothing to do. It's your life. That's between you, God, and your partner. I don't care. But and are more women straight than men? That's a good question. You know, I don't know. I don't know. I wonder. Are there more gay men than compared to lesbian women? Because this is good questions for single satisfied, but remind me, Jessica. I know you're gonna be there. This time I'm gonna let you know early so you don't go to sleep. Oh, you writing a book? Oh, Lord, Lord, Lord! You're writing a book, girl. Lord, please. Is it fiction or nonfiction? Because I really like urban romances. Really? More women are gay. Wow, you think? I mean, because we get women. Okay, off topic. Hey, this is where we're going. Ooh. Ooh, really? Wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute. I be getting fiction and nonfiction mixed up sometimes. Not nonfiction is true stories or like talking about history, like the 1619 project. Not real. Okay. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. I say that because like I like real stories. I like true stories and document. I'd rather watch a documentary than read a textbook. I had the 1619 project and I love the information it gave. But but I enjoyed as far as liking to read, I like urban fiction and stuff like that. But to let me know when you finish, okay? I will read that book and review it on my bedtime stories for real, for real. Okay, don't lie. Okay, I get into it. Um, and then it kind of allows me, a nonfiction allows me to kind of go into a fantasy world. I'm just saying, I get real life all the time. Child. Ooh, first of all, being single mothers would be the first mistake. Okay, I'm a strong black woman. No, I'm not. I'm weak as hell. Um, but I was a single mom, and the biggest mistake is being a single mom. I don't regret having my son. I regret having my son in the situation that I was in. You know what I'm saying? Um, and not having a child with a man that wanted to be a father and wanted to be with us, or at least in the beginning. Though my biological left us, me and my mom and my brother, at least in the beginning, they were in love, they got married, they had us, had me in love. At least I knew what it was to have a father. It was, at least I know I was made in love. Um, not that type of situation. I don't hate my son's father, but we didn't make love at all. It was not nothing about that. What's love got to do with it, you know? And he wasn't ready. I wasn't ready, but I was also very much not ready to get rid of my child. And I'm glad I did, because I never had any other kids aside from him. If I would have tore this place up if I didn't have my child. If I conceded to having an abortion, I was being pressured to do so. Okay, I would Let me tell you something. And then I don't have no more kids. Pew, pew, everybody. I think I'd have lost my mind, child, if I didn't have my son. But, true, true. Oh, I'm looking into that. Just let me know. Amazon you want me to pre-read it for you? The first edition. I'm not an editor or nothing, but I can tell you if the story's good. I have a good eye for talent. I mean, I kind of feel like it. I kind of feel like I do. But anyway, let's go on to after finish the show. Girl, I love it here. DoorDash Chronicles. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know. I don't know what kind of sound I want to make for DoorDash. The type of I don't know. Whatever. And I don't have that sound recorded. I don't know how to record it. I'm a whole auntie in these streets. I need me a producer, a technician, or whoever, a cameraman, or somebody behind the scenes to help your girl out. You know what I'm saying? Come on in here and let me know about them. You know what I'm saying? You got somebody to work the camera. JD, I know you're going to see this later on one of these, either YouTube or Instagram. Girl, productions. I need you to come over here in the mornings every morning. I can't pay you yet, but I need you to come in here to make this thing fly. I need you. Okay, I need people. You damn right. You right. Yes, I will. Soon as the show is over, I'm gonna send it to you. Okay. I would love it. It's actually just according to Akara-Podcast at gmail.com. But whatever, we'll talk. Anyway, I want to stress as another DoorDash Chronicle the importance. If you're going to order DoorDash, I'm not sure how Postmates and Uber Eats works, but it's important to put the correct address where you want it delivered. Now, I know sometimes we make mistakes and we put the last address we were at, and therefore, and wherewith, it gets delivered to that address. But I'm talking about make sure you have the directional cues correct. Like if it is Memorial Drive and you don't put southeast, my GPS may take me to northeast. Okay, if you don't put in that correct address. Or like, your auntie always has a story. So yesterday, and this has happened a couple of times when delivering to Emory University Hospital or the Children's Hospital, people put in East Clifton Road. Baby, the hospital is on Clifton Road, not East Clifton Road. East Clifton Road will have me delivering to this lady's house. Now, because I have done this, and thank God, do this as well, is put descriptions in there to say, in your delivery instructions, that you want me to go to the emergency room department, I'll pick it up from there, or something cueing me that it's a hospital. Because someone like me who don't know better, someone new to DoorDashing, would deliver to that house. I don't know how many people who has gotten food delivered to that house. Not enough, because at 1365, I think 1365 Clifton Road, not East Clifton Road. Okay? I want to make that very clear. They're two different things. I don't know that whoever lives at 1365 East Clifton Road probably been getting food for days. Okay, and they ain't gonna say nothing. They ain't gonna say nothing. Okay? They just gonna take that food. Thank you. Okay, keep doing it. You're gonna feed her. She's gonna be happy, and you're not gonna get your food. She or he, I don't know who's there, if anyone's there. But I'm pretty sure they have enjoyed a few good meals. Okay. But yeah, it's important to do that. But again, I was delivering yesterday, and I noticed that the person said, "Meet me in the emergency room department," and I looked at the address, and it said East Clifton Road. I quickly text messaged the customer and said, "Can you confirm that you're at the hospital?" And it's like, "Yeah, I'm at Emory University Hospital." I said, "Ooh, is there any way you could change the address? Because if it is the wrong address, and I know where it is for real, I know what you mean. You mean Emory University, Clifton Road, 1365 Clifton Road, no East. Don't put no E in front of that. Don't put EAST. Don't put, it's not East Clifton Road. It's just Clifton Road." I don't know if DoorDash has it wrong, or you all are putting it in there wrong, but I doubt it. You probably are you put 1365 and you see Clifton Road and you don't see the E. But um, either way, um, if I press my GPS or when I click directions, or if I deliver to the correct address where you actually are, it won't allow me to complete the delivery because it's not the address. Okay? It's not the correct address. I don't know if DoorDash have to change that, if there's some way that we as drivers who know better, especially if you deliver there all the time and you know that, I mean, in hospitals, the thing is with hospitals, you got people that are there and what's the word? They're just basing off the information that their GPS is saying. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when sometimes you put in the numbers and it comes up and you think that that's correct. And you're not from the area, you're just there because you're sick or your family member is sick or is hurt and they're in the hospital, and you're trusting that that's got to be the right one. When I started typing in the address or when I go to look up where this is, it probably might say, I don't know. And if you don't know better, you're going to just trust that. Just double check and make sure it is actually the location where you are. Okay, or somebody else is going to get that food and we're not going to be wrong. Okay, because DoorDash is going to look at the address that you put in there. Okay, so not every DoorDash driver is going to do the due diligence of knowing or finding the correct place. Okay, I'm that crazy woman that wants to make sure you get your food. I can only imagine if I order something and I put in the incorrect address, and then I'm like, especially if I'm looking at the app, because more likely than not I am, because I'm a control freak a little bit, just think. I'll be like, why is he going over there? You know what I'm saying? And even if I want to, and the sad part about it is they can put in a bad review for you saying that you never delivered their food. And that's going to affect me just to teach until I put in what I delivered to the address they told me to deliver it to. And once they do the research, they're going to say, well, ma'am, I don't understand. This is not true, So that's going on. So it's important to do that so that we can complete the order and you can get your food or object, because DoorDash doesn't do just food. Okay, I've actually delivered an auto part to a mechanic, so that part. So do that for us, just not make it hard for us, child. Okay, so dun, 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 short chat. I'm trying to think of little changes. One day when I have a whole production, we're gonna have a whole short chat. Do, 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 do. Me and my co-host Jessica. So I wanted to touch on a couple of things. Breaking news. I woke up to breaking news about 7 bodies being found at a rural Oklahoma property. 7 bodies, human bodies. Notice I didn't say people. Okay, don't make me say the 7 people went on to their ancestral plane. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They found these bodies while searching for 2 missing teens. Okay. Now, not to be power to the people, but power to the people, Black people, that is. You know, the fact that they were searching for these 2 14-year-old and 16-year-old girls already let you know what type of young ladies we're talking about. I promise you, they didn't have locks in this beautiful brown melanin, and they weren't. It's Oklahoma, damn it. I mean, I'm pretty sure there is a Black person that lives in Oklahoma. I'm pretty sure there is a Black person. Maybe go to school because they gave them a full ride. You know, when I say full ride, that means they paid for all of their college expenses to have them on their basketball or football team. I believe this area in Oklahoma is like 50 miles south of Tulsa. Okay, well, actually, there's probably a whole lot more Black people there because Tulsa is the place of Black Wall Street was. So there might be more, but it's a sprinkle. It's probably 1% Black. But yes, and this was, I don't know if this was owned by the property, but according to NBC News, Jesse McFadden, allegedly pedophile, had last been seen with the 2 young girls. Okay. I'm going to say allegedly, but he has been arrested for pedophilia or having child porn, being in possession of child porn, and yeah, messing with young girls. Basically, the white man version of R. Kelly. Now, if he was a Black man, I got to go there. I got to go there. Okay, I do. After the heels of yesterday's topic, if that was Aura, he would have already been underneath the jail before he would have never gotten to the 7th body. I mean, it's too soon. I'm not a comedian, but at least R. Kelly didn't body his girls. I'm just saying. And we don't know if these are adults or young girls, 7 young girls that he dealt with, but I'm just saying, I don't recall Aura having bodies on his property that weren't living. He's a known pedophile. Jesse McFadden, white guy, known pedophile, was found with these young girls. My question is, where was these girls' parents? We always say that when it comes to the Black girls. Well, where was these girls' parents? How the hell? You don't know where your 14 and 16-year-old, mind you. Number 2, I don't even think they were missing for 24 hours before they started searching for these young ladies. Okay. They don't search for ours for 24 months. Oh, she's been missing for 2 years? Oh, and we might need to start looking for her. And a child, Brenda already had the baby. Okay? Brenda then already had the baby. Okay? She's collecting welfare. Okay? She's getting WIC. Okay? She got her own apartment. Brendan already had the baby. By the time we done found, they started looking for our black little babies. There's disparity in the search. But it's still sad that it took 7 bodies and 2 white girls to catch up to this crazy bullshit. I pray for the family. I don't care what race they are. I care less. This is a sick individual. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to let this go. Shame on you, Oklahoma City. Or Oklahoma. It wasn't Oklahoma stuff. Oklahoma police officers, for you just finding this out. Because you know if it was a black man, you would have already been searching his place. Shame on you. The blood is on your hands. On your racist hands. Because y'all let this man float past all the time. How the hell was he even seen with these young girls? Okay? I'm just saying. How was he seen with them? And them girls would say, girl, if you don't get away from that man. Them girls was probably born and raised in that Oklahoma City. They already knew. Something don't seem right. Shame on you, Oklahoma, or whatever town or county it is, that it took this. 7 bodies, 7 people has gone on to see the Lord before you even found this out. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if they were all look like me, the ones that's gone. Y'all didn't search for them. Brenda then had the baby and then got bodied. But anyway, moving on. I don't want to move on that note. I want to move on with I pray for those families. Right now, in the name of Jesus, give them peace. Give them the power to sue Oklahoma for not finding them. Before that, but I just pray for peace because it got to hurt. It got to hurt. And shame on the parents too, but it still hurts the parents. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, having had a teenager, they sneak out. Having been a teenager, we sneak out. We do things that our parents don't want us to do. Okay. I don't know how that happens when nowadays we got Ring cameras and all these other things that have technologies that we know where our kids are. But still shame on the parents because you should have known where your kids are. Okay. It's rural, but I'm pretty sure it's not a large population. I could be wrong, but I don't know what's going on. Where the parents at? Okay. White people, y'all supposed to be better than us. Y'all supposed to have 2-parent households. Everything's supposed to be great with y'all. How you have 2 parents and neither one of y'all knew where your kids was? Kudos to, damn, you know what? Girl, I just realized what you just said. Shame on the parents that these 7 people. Now, I guess we'll find out later if these are 7 adults. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's 7 adults, what can we say? But if it's 7 kids, it is kind of like shame on you. Like y'all never suspected Jesse to possibly have your daughter or son. I'm just saying. Or did he take them out and take over their place? Okay. If you can be you know what I'm saying? If you're a criminal in one area, it's possible you can be a criminal in another area. You know what I'm saying? Possibly, but I'm not saying that. But shame on the parents. How is these 7 people? But, I guess we'll learn as we go on longer. I'm pretty sure they're going to report on this breaking news. So this just happened last night or early this morning. Or, late yesterday. So it was breaking news. So that's crazy. It's crazy. Damn. Anyway, moving on. I want to briefly talk about advocating for yourself. I got a video from my cousin about a doctor was talking about, someone had mentioned that a person who had high blood pressure, and this is a Black doctor on TikTok, was explaining how she ended up with congestive heart failure due to untreated blood pressure, high blood pressure. I have high blood pressure. And she was promoting take your medication, and I do say that. But I also wanted to let you know, advocate for yourself too. Okay? Because you need to know your own body. You know, I got to know what's going on with you. You got to make sure you have a doctor that's actually looking out for you and not trying to pay off their medical student loans. You know what I'm saying? Or not trying to line their pockets, you know. And you know, your auntie has a story. I have a story where I feel like I have a friend who has high blood pressure, and he was down here for a long period of time, and he was seeing a Black doctor, a brother. And due to a family emergency, he ended up moving back up to Connecticut. And he started seeing another doctor regarding, you know, just his physical health. And it was a little young white woman that looked at his record and like, you taking this type of blood pressure medication? Interesting. Studies have shown that this medication is not good for Black people. This blood pressure medication is not good for Black people. Why didn't his Black doctor, man doctor in Atlanta, not know that shit? He trusted a Black doctor. Now, I'm not saying all Black doctors are bad, but do the research. We got Google. We don't have no excuses in 2023. Okay? Do the research. Google these medications. I know doctors hate when you Google. And I'm going to side out any doctor that doesn't like you researching shit for yourself. You know what I'm saying? I side out anybody that does not want you to do any type of research on your side anybody. Side eye any person that doesn't want you to do the research on whatever is going on with your body or with you. Okay? They just want you to take their word for it because they've been a doctor for so many years. Or I can do the research and say, but no, though, isn't this a bad medication for this type of blood pressure or for Black people? Why did you give me this as opposed to that? Why didn't you say, no, I don't think this is, I think his doctor probably just gave him what was normal to be given to people. Now, especially when I say advocate for yourself, Black women, specifically Black women, advocate for yourself because they're not doing it for you. There's a great gap, a disparity as wide as the Mississippi, I don't know, of the care for Black women in medicine and the care for white women or white men. Okay? They will shrug this shit off as it's just that. It's just, child, you just got a little gas, drink some ginger ale and you'll be fine. How your doctor saying that to you? Oh, child, you just need blah, 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 blah. But they're not getting better and I did that. Okay? Don't just take your doctor's word for it because he's been in the business for a certain amount of time. Or you've been going to him all your life. Get a second opinion. Google. Do the research. Come in there. Well, I've seen this. Have you tried this? And I would want a doctor that would want to. It's like, okay, I've heard of that. Let's try this. And I've had that situation with Black doctors, though. I was diagnosed with something, and this doctor, it was a Black doctor. I'm not going to say her name because she's a Black doctor. I'm not going to hurt her. I'm not going to do that. I mean, just I want you to do this to any doctor. But she diagnosed me with something, and I went to another doctor, a white man. To be honest with you, I can't remember his name, so I would give it to you, but and he said nothing about it. I was like, and I purposely did not tell him or have my medical records from that doctor to see if he said the same thing. Purposely. See, that was back in the day before they could just find your record online. I mean, not online, but they have digital. Matter of fact, it was regulated that all medical facilities are supposed to make all their records and notes available digitally. By now, all of them do it. I know because I went to school for medical billing and coding, and back then, that's when, I mean, this is back in 2017. And they said that, the larger medical facilities had to do it. And then the smaller ones, like your local doctor, PCP, might not have to do if it's a small office. But by now, all of them have to have it. You have to be able to, physicians and doctors have to be able to have access to your digital medical record. Okay. And yes, you don't have to give a doctor permission to get your medical record. Okay. If it's regarding your health or medical situation, they can have access to it without your permission. Okay. Period. Period. Okay. So just advocate for yourself. Do the homework. Learn about yourself, your body, about blood pressure. Personally, I would say I'm going to advocate take your medication, but find out how you can get off that medication. And it starts with exercise, losing the weight, eating better, okay? Losing the weight, eating better, getting exercise so that you can lower the pressure in your veins. Therefore, your heart will not work as hard until it's necessary for it to do it. Okay? So just, do the research on what works for you. Okay? And being big isn't always a situation, but that part. Now, I just want to say this too. I have been to the doctor and my blood pressure has been extremely high. Tell me, how is it going to lower my blood pressure if you's like, damn, if your doctor say, damn, girl, you could be having a stroke right now. Well, I mean, if I wasn't having a stroke, I'm going to have a stroke now because the way you reacted to my blood pressure. Okay. How about calmly say, I'm going to have to go to the emergency room? I've never had to go to emergency room. God bless. But that makes sense. Their reaction made it seem like, rush me to the hospital now so that I can get my blood pressure low. I've had a wonderful Black doctor. I will say her name, Dr. Sadler Brown, or Brown Sadler. I came in her office to get a refill of my medication. And my blood pressure was higher than normal because I had ran out. Homegirl, she was real. I love the way she did it. She did like tisk, tisk, tisk. Now you know better. Haven't you came back for more medication? Why didn't you make an appointment, Akara? I was like, I had no excuse. I had insurance. I had a job. There was no reason for me not to have come back so that I could get my refill of my medication. I had none. And she was real calm, but she hooked me up to make sure my heart was good. And she gave me a medication to bring my blood pressure down very quickly. So that lady, I love her. I really felt cared for by her. And I love the fact that she didn't come in, girl. But I went to Southside Medical Center. See, that's the one you go to when you don't have insurance. It's on a sliding scale or something like that. That doctor there, I can't remember his name, and I'm glad I don't remember his name. And I don't want you to deter you, but that one, it was an older doctor. And then he wants to reprimand me like I can go to any Publix pharmacy and get medication. Bitch, I got to get a prescription first, right? And that costs because I had to come here and I had to pay blankety blank dollars to be seen by you to get medication. And not all blood pressure medication is free at Publix. He gave me water pills. I had to pay for them water pills. Okay? So miss me with that. Don't do that shop shit. Okay? I mean, I know you're human, but when you see it, you should be like, hold on, let me let the doctor. Be calm. Because you're going to give me a heart attack by the way you react. Be calm. They said, okay, we're just going to have to take you down to the emergency room. Your blood pressure is extremely high, Miss Hatcher. That's what you do. Okay? And my blood pressure is high because being black in America is hard. God damn it. I believe you give us our reparations and you give us our rights and you treat us with respect. I don't want to be treated like a white person. I want you to treat me with respect. We are different. I am not the same as a white person or whatever, but I have something else I bring to the table. And my color of my skin should not matter. Okay, shouldn't, but it is. We're human. If you don't discriminate against the color of skin, you're going to discriminate on your height or your hair color or your hair type. She's a 4C. Us 1As don't mess with them 4Cs. And I might be saying it wrong. Is that the color? I think the 4C is talking about the coils of your hair, child, whatever. So that part. So I'll make sure you do the work, do a little research, just Google a little something, and then have a second opinion done by someone else, even if you have to go to a different walk-in clinic or whatever. Just try going to someone else, and before you just jump and start taking medications that they tell you to take. Do a little education on the medications, what it's made of, what it's for, what it do. Okay? Advocate for yourself because no one else is. Okay? Now, lastly, I heard about Don Lemon being fired from CNN for misconduct. Now, I honestly don't. I heard the name, but I don't know his face. Child, I don't watch CNN. And CNN is right here in Atlanta, child. Where we at? So let me see if I get an image of Don Lemon. Yes, it's the black man. I should have known. But unfortunately, I don't watch it. I heard about this on Comedy Hype yesterday, and D.L. Hughley had made some comments. Some other comedians have made some comments about it. And I haven't really done much research on it, but this is a black man. Allegedly, or according to what I heard on Comedy Hype, he's basically of the Bryant Gumbel of today's time. Basically, he wasn't. He was kind of like not repping the real black man. You know what I'm saying? I did see him going back and forth with some white looking man. He claimed to be some portion Native American. And the fact that he said Indian tells me that he really probably is not. But anyway, Or maybe it is. I don't know. I think that whole Native American and indigenous stuff is a whole bullshit, you know. But then they wouldn't be Indians because they're not from India, right? They would be natives or indigenous people of this land that the white man stole. They stole this land and then stole people. They'll come in and build up this land, their whole government. Everything about the United States of America is stolen. Okay. The reason why white people, those that are racist, those who are not uh vigilant and doesn't really know what's going, I mean, you know what I'm saying, is everything about this United States of America is stolen. Everything. From the land that it's in to the people that helped build it. Okay. And they're supposed to be better than us. And what way? Because you was able to manipulate people, take over. You know them Indians that had this gunpowder. You stole gunpowder from China. I wouldn't be surprised. And you wonder why China don't like the United States of America. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's more to the history, but you know, because you do know was gunpowder was created in China, or it was definitely an Asian product that they created. For what, I don't know. I don't have that full history, but I do know it started there. But if I'm wrong, please put in the comments. I read comments right now because I only have Jessica helping me out here. She's a wealth of information. I'm gonna have to make her. I'm telling you, she's got to either be a co-host or producer on the back end. Okay, we're gonna have to get Zoom or StreamYard. And it's like, okay, Carl, are you ready? You know, somebody's like, yeah, I heard that this, da 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 da. Anyway, but yeah, I think that's crazy. He's been there for a long period of time, apparently. And I saw a video clip where he was kind of going back and forth with this white-looking man, allegedly, about Black people receiving their rights and stuff like that. And it's like, it's funny. And I remember I heard him say, it's funny how a white man is telling me about the rights that telling a Black man, which would be me at that time, you know, what he said about the rights of whatever, you know what I'm saying? He got some balls there. He grabbed his balls like, but no, though, what you're not going to do is sit up here and tell me what Black people have received and not received. Okay, go Don Lemon, power to the people, go to a Black network. Okay, again, a Black man, you're faking and acting with these white people, you know, acquiescing to what they want, and as soon as they're done using you, they fucking throw you away like a used tampon or maxi pad. Okay, when are y'all gonna figure this shit out? When? Anyway, that's all I really have to say. That one might be something I really want to go into on the Don Lemon, because I want to have a more informed opinion about that whole situation. So definitely. Now, main topic, the 15 minutes of funk. There ain't no junk out. Okay, now that's definitely going to be my sound for the 15 minutes of funk. So the main topic is, let's talk about this Fed now. I just did a little more research, and I'm already telling you right now, it's going to have to be a series. Now, it's not going to start this week, but I'm going to have to go through, because there's so much more to the Fed now. But I did a little research. I started some research when talking about, when was this even thought of? Okay. Now, this was in the works since 2021. While we were marching for George Floyd, okay, and raiding the Capitol, white men were raiding the Capitol, Fed Now was in the works. Okay. Now, since 2021, there's been 120 banking or payment provider institutions that was a part of the pilot program when it came to FedNow, according to NerdWallet. And this development came through the Federal Reserve. They were the ones who initiated this or developing FedNow. Um, it was designed to develop a federally run RTP system, which is a real-time payment. Now, I'm thinking, well, what's the difference between real-time payment, Cashapp, Zelle, and all that stuff? That's totally different. Well, it's not totally different, but Cashapp, so you know the difference between Cashapp, Zelle, PayPal, Venmo, those types of systems are peer-to-peer or person-to-person money transfer. Okay, real-time payment is like going straight to the bank and depositing the payment in, like say you owe Capital One a car payment. I'm gonna use myself, right? It's like going straight to Capital One, not to Capital One, but to their bank and putting your payment in their bank right now. Not at their payment location, but in their bank. Okay. Say Capital One goes through Bank of America. We know that's not true, but it's like going to Bank of America with their account number and depositing money into their account to make your car payment, right? Now, there's called a payment rail, RAIL, like a railroad, where this is how they process payments. Even now, when you make a payment online, I'm again using Capital One. I make a payment online on Monday. It's going to show that I paid. That's like equivalent young people. We used to write checks. Yes. These paper little rectangular things, and we fill it out, and that represented payment. That this represented money. Okay, you deposit this little rectangular note. Okay, did not look like a dollar bill because dollar bill. Okay, anyway. Okay, we write out how much we're gonna give you, and you take this to your bank, and your bank sends it to my bank, and then they go through a whole process, and then it takes the money out and sends it over to their bank. Okay. Well, you still, even if you're doing an electronic check, it still goes through those processes a little faster, but not as fast as right now. Like that money's coming out of my account today. Okay. And it's going to be registered as today, not whatever. So like I made a payment online with Capital One. Let me give you the full story. I make a payment of $405 to Capital One on through the app, a check, giving them my route number. It's an electronic check. On there in Capital One, they mark it as paid. They send my electronic check to my bank. They process it. It takes a good 2 to 3 business days, up to 7 business days to process it, and then take it out of my account and send it over to their account. Okay, that's what the processing time. So when you send a check or you make a payment and they say, oh, we can't reverse it for 7 to 10 business days because they got to process it to go in and then they got to process it to go back out. And they give 7 to 10 business days to give them time in case shit happens. Okay. Usually it takes about 3 days. At best, it may come up as pending in your account 24 hours, but it hasn't processed yet. You feel me? Okay. So The RTP is like real time. Like, again, it's like taking the money straight to their bank for your payment. It's not going through them. They don't have to process that you gave them a check. You don't have to do none of that stuff. It goes straight to the account, paid. Straight to the account, paid. Okay. Back in 2021, they already had a RTP system created by the major clearinghouse or big banks. Were doing that, were accepting RTP payments. They developed that back in 2017 for the major banks so that you can make a payment directly to, like, say, I'm gonna give you an example. I used to work at this law firm and people were making real-time payments for the services to our account at the bank, not our, but the law firm's account, and it counted as a real-time payment instead of sending a check or money order and having it processed and all that stuff. It was paid right then and there. And that was because we dealt with a big bank like Bank of America. I'm thinking Chase is a big bank. Some of these big banks, so that we've been having this available since 2017 to make payments directly out of your account. And we're not talking about ACH type of withdrawals and deposit. We're talking about, because that's just faster payment. That's not the same time when I'm talking real payment. It's like, I owe you $5, I give it to you, you're gonna have $5. Mark it off, it's done, you got it. Like the cash dollars, dollar bill, y'all. So this was developed in November of 2017, before the pandemic, by these major clearinghouses. Okay. Since then, 280 other banking institutions were a part of this whole initial being run by these big banks. Okay. Federal didn't have nothing to do with it. Okay. The feds had nothing to do with it. This is something that the major banks developed so that people can pay in real time, or they can get their money in real time. I get it. As Black people, we good for giving you this check today, but asking you not to deposit the check until on the 15th. I'm giving it to you on the 10th. Don't put it in my account until the 5th, okay? Or you ain't gonna have that money. Or like me, if I pay you today, I want that money to come out today. It should not take me 3 business days of torture of trying to make sure I keep that balance there and nothing else comes in, especially you're struggling. I mean, I have to stop saying that. Especially us who are watching and budgeting our money. Okay. I'm not struggling. I just be watching my money really closely. Okay. Because I'm a good steward of my money in the name of Jesus. Okay. I want that out now. I want it now because something else might come through. Facts. So that's what it was. It was first developed, the whole system, the real-time payment system, back in November 2017 by big banks in the United States of America, so you can make real-time payments. Back in 2021, the feds went in on that. The Federal Reserve is like, ooh, we want that. We want to do that. Okay, move out of the way, Bank of America. We got this. I see what you're doing. I want a piece. And I'm taking it over. Just like the United States of America. I mean, what's new? Okay. And this is according to the Red Compass Labs blog. So redcompasslab.com blog. This is where I got this information from. Now, according to paymentsjournal.com, real-time payment, what real-time payment is, the definition is digital infrastructures that facilitates real-time payments 24/7, 365. It's going. This is you can make a payment any day. You can make a payment on Christmas, and it's going to come out of your account on Christmas. Okay, right then, right there. You don't have to wait for the banks to be open for it to be processed. You don't have to wait for anything, which makes me question: is AI involved? Because I know your auntie ain't gonna be in no bank processing your account. So it got to be some AI involved. Questions. Things that make you say, if you of my age, you know where that came from. Things that make you say, is AI involved? But get this, RTP was developed, guess where? Guess where, y'all? Japan. And guess when? 1970. So the capability of doing real-time payments was already developed in Japan. Now, throughout the years, other countries developed their own real-time payment. The UK, India. By 2010, they had their own. And then there's other countries that have developed. We're the only lagging behind mofos that's just getting it now. Okay? Which, that's a good and bad thing, I guess. Depends on how you feel about it. But these real-time payments was developed in 1970, right about the time of the first computer. Now, young people, a little history lesson for you. The first computer was about the size of your house, maybe your apartment. Okay. I remember my mom, Auntie has a story. My mom worked for the FCC in the government as a data processor, data programmer. And I used to go to my mom's work, and it was this huge machine that we have these little tickets that we go, and it comes out with these little punched holes and key punch. That's what it was. It was key punch. Now it's not this. It's key punch machine. That's what it was. I don't know what I developed as a kid, but my mom would, I'd go in there and I'd just be like, and I'm just having fun watching the paper go from here, suck in, go in the machine, and come out in the air. I probably created cable TV. I don't know. Okay, I don't know, but I remember going to work and not playing, but maybe my mom allowed me to put whatever she programmed through the machine. For me, it was fun. It was like, a typewriter. And it comes out with the little punched holes in the ticket. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I might have created the first cell phone at 6. You know what I'm saying? At 7 years old. I just remember going there and being in this room with this big machine and letting the tickets go through. But that was a computer back then. And so in the 70s, now one thing I do know, allegedly, let's say, how can I know it and it be alleged? I've been told by people that was alive back in the day is that a lot of the technologies we have now, we've been had. They just been releasing it. I'm just saying. So this is proof positive. There's been an RTP system since 1970. We knew of it as the United States. We just never got into doing it like Japan. And that just says a lot. Now I know we're talking about Fed now, but I have to ask myself, I have to ask the question, not even just myself. I asked myself when I saw this, it's like, how long has the United States not been a superpower? I'm believing that we have not been a superpower for a long time. Way longer than the millennium. Okay. The fact that Japan had developed this back in 1970 and we just developed it in 2017. We about as backwards as Mississippi when it comes to technology and stuff. And then, you know what I'm saying? And now we wanna be enemies with the people that, okay. I just feel like the United States of America acts a little bit Sagittarian-esque like. And if you're a Sagittarian, I love you. But y'all hate competition. And y'all will take them down just because they're your competitors. That's like I wasn't even trying to be a competitor. Just because someone matched you against somebody, that person, that's like I am a fan. You look how Nicki Minaj did with Cardi B. Like Cardi B wasn't stunting. If I recall correctly, now I've been following her since Love and Hip Hop, Cardi B, but I don't recall her saying or dissing Nicki Minaj at any point, like the way she did Lil Kim. Okay, but she came for Cardi B's neck just because people were comparing her to her. She could have been collabing with her. She could have been teaching her the game, but because she's been labeled as she's no longer the main attention. Sometimes Sagittarians tend to be like, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna have to take the competition out. And I just feel like maybe that's what America is doing when it comes to Asia. I mean, when it comes to China and some of these other countries that are way more advanced technology wise, you know, with us and other places. So I'm just wondering, we've been faking the funk for a while. Has the United States been faking the funk? We're just catching up. We're a superpower. How? How? Anyway, so like I said, there's more to it because I want to get into I'm sorry. I feel like my spirit is guiding me. The Holy Spirit is saying, talk about how I feel like some people are making a bigger deal about it. I really honestly, my spirit says we're making a way bigger deal about this Fed now. But it is something that we need to really keep an eye on because it's not trying to take out Cash App. Cash App is peer-to-peer. Okay. Venmo is peer-to-peer. Zelle is peer-to-peer. Okay. All these money transferring apps and abilities with your bank is not. They're talking about payments. You know, right now it is nothing to be worried about on July in July of this year because that's going to be regarding payments. That means that now when you make your Capital One payment, if they're registered with FedNow, that will come out on the day you made that payment from your banking institution on that day. Okay, because FedNow, what they're designed, or at least they're saying what they're trying to do, is one, not exclude smaller banking institutions, whereas the current RTP excludes smaller banking institutions, and two, you can there's not a limit of $1 million. I think the limit was $1 million. They lowered it to 500,000 according to paymentsjournal.com. Okay, so that's what it is for now. I do believe that this is something that is going to go into digital currency and them pretty much taking over our finances and knowing what we're doing and who we're doing it with, being able to take payments instead of us making a payment, just taking it out of our account. Oh, I see you got that payment, the amount for your car note. We're just going to snatch that. Or I see that you got what you owe in taxes. We're just going to take that. We're just going to take that now because I see you made a profit. You know what I'm saying? It is definitely a step in that direction. I would closely monitor it, but I don't think it's anything to worry about now. And I'd like to quote my friend Lisa, she's all into this end time prophecy and preparing and all this stuff. It's like, It's not going to take effect right away where they're taking over our finances and all, but it is coming. Okay. Which is still something to be concerned about. Okay. So I'm going to continue this at another time. Maybe I do one each week. More I find out about Fed now, how it compares to, how they could possibly take over our finances. I really want to know how long it's been since our dollar hasn't been backed by gold. Because I believe that we haven't had gold and silver backing our dollars for decades, to be honest with you. Okay. Once again, the United States of America faking the funk about how wealthy and how well off we're doing. Anyway, I love to stay on here for a longer period of time. It's been a joy. I love you, Jessica, girl. You make my day work. You make it worth coming on here every day. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'll come on Instagram before I come on YouTube. I know people on YouTube will be watching. They're going to be watching. They're going to watch afterwards, okay? Especially once they see the thumbnail. They're going to be like, what? What's going on? Let's see what Auntie's talking about it. But, you got to start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Oprah didn't start with all the following and everybody where she is now. She's been fired. She had to do some ridiculous to get people to watch her, whatever. And I'm just gonna keep on trucking as long as I still have a phone and internet service or phone service, and I can video it, and I have this breath in my lungs. God says I'm supposed to be here. I'm gonna be out here talking to y'all. Anyway, like my co-host Jessica said, peace. Bye, y'all. There we go. Oh, I'm just going to say, if you want to support the channel, it will be in the descriptions. Peace.